Hey guys, so my name is Jack, and behind me is my E39 that you've seen in the past couple of videos. This one video is just going to basically be an introduction of myself and how I got into the automotive industry and whatnot. I'll make a video after this just about the car and how the car became and everything. So as far as me, I'm 33 years old. I live in Miami, Florida. I've basically grown up around cars my entire life. My father was a gearhead. He had all sorts of different things. He told me when he was younger he had it was a Ford Gran Torino station wagon. He would tell me his mom had a Torino GT, I believe it was called, and he'd swap the motor out of her car into his wagon. So stuff like that is what I grew up around. Since the age of 3 years old, he has a photo of me on top of his 3TC valve cover with a spark plug wire in my hand, putting it in. So I grew up with that. Around middle school is when we really started tinkering with things. He had a 1989 Isuzu pickup truck. We had lowered it, put some Enki wheels on it, which funny enough, the Enki wheels are now on my Tacoma that was his before. So that's still around living from the truck, and a few other items laying around here in the garage. So we turbocharged that truck when I was 13 to 15 years old. It was a couple year project. We would take it apart on a Friday, mock things up, put it back together Sunday, and he'd drive it to work for the week. Obviously back then I was, a kid. I didn't know how to weld or anything. So we would cut piping, mark them, one and one, and take them to, there's a place down here called Mitchell's Welding. He would weld everything up for us. We'd bring it back, test fit it, make sure it worked. So I got a little bit of that fabrication crash course from my dad. So basically fast forward to that, when I went to high school in my freshman year towards the end of the year, they had a program come in from a vocational school that was opening a high school. They were talking about to have an automotive program, and it kind of sparked my interest. At that point I was playing baseball. I liked it. It was fun, but cars, it jumped in my head. I'm like, oh man, something I can learn how to do this, professionally. So, and I think right around that time, the Fast and the Furious came out, so that, oh cool, I'm going to learn how to do this stuff in school, and it wasn't anything like that. But I applied to the school, I got accepted. We did high school with a vocational background, which is super cool. Funny enough, my teacher from the automotive program is still a very, very good friend of mine. We talk every day. I talk to his students. He'll call me, in the middle of the day when they're discussing something new. Like the other day he called me about, DCT transmissions, since he knows I have experience with those with BMWs and Nissan GTRs. So gave the kids a little bit of a course on the phone of how it works, things that have broken on them. Kind of helps the kids kind of realize, oh shoot, there is, there's more to this in school. There is a place for me after high school. So during that, I did the program. It was 3 years long because the school had just opened, and we started, it was my sophomore year of high school. So I graduated in 2006. At that point, there was a program called Skills USA right before we had graduated. I'd say 8 months before. And we decided to make a project out of it. It was my old high school best friend Jimmy and another kid named Jason. We decided to basically turbocharge a little one-cylinder Briggs & Stratton engine. And we had kind of tried to figure a way to make it fuel injected. So with the help of Mitchell's Welding, DIY Auto Tune, which they were kind enough to donate a Megasquirt to us, which is one of the main reasons I ended up putting a Megasquirt on this after. We basically put this little motor together. Unfortunately, we never got it to run. We didn't have enough time, but the concept of it and making it more efficient got us to all the way to the Skills USA National Program. Super cool. We got to do a competition here in Miami, which we won first place. Then we did the regionals in, I believe it was Sarasota, Florida. We got third place there and got pushed into nationals, that was pretty cool when we were 17 years old. When we got there, we went up against some kids that had some serious crazy projects. There was, if I remember, the one that won was something with hybrid technology in a Prius. So hats off to those kids. They had a hell of a display. It was super cool. You know, it looks like they had unlimited funding. We had a freaking pressure cleaner motor and a cardboard display behind us. But, you know, so that got the attention of BMW, which then I guess they directed it towards a BMW dealership here in Miami. So right out of high school, basically I got picked up by this BMW dealership. You know, they were kind of like, oh man, who's this guy? You know, some kid that has no experience. But I got hired by them real quick. It was nice. This was back in 2006. It was $14 an hour. Basically an apprentice. I had never really seen a BMW in my life before. You know, I come from messing with Isuzus and Toyotas with my dad. But that whole 6 years there was excellent. I worked my way up, became a lead technician, a team leader, got my BMW master certification, got to travel to Atlanta to their training center, you know, learned a lot, fixed a lot of interesting problems over the years, pretty much became the guy everybody went to at the shop for help. It was fun, a little frustrating considering, you know, there was guys who were older than me that should know way more than me. But, you know, it's just how it is. It's, you know, humans, we are who we are. So in the whole stint of those 6 years, when I started there, my service advisor is a gentleman named Ramel, which looked oddly familiar. I remember him from when my dad and I used to go to the Isuzu dealer to buy parts for his truck. So Ramel was an advisor at Ford, and he had a really nice red Supra, which if you go on our shop page and scroll down to the beginning, you'll see photos of that Supra. It was super nice, you know. He enjoyed it. He did a lot of the work himself. Me and my dad would help him. Our friends would help him. So he worked there a year before I did back in 05, and kind of when we started working there was, you know, hey, cool, we're both into cars, and we built a great friendship over the years. Obviously, we got into arguments and stuff over stuff at the dealer and how things worked, but that's how you grow as people and learn from each other. So back in, I say about 2011, when I decided to, you know, turbocharge this thing, him and I said, hey, you know, I'm tired of this at the dealership, and he'd always wanted to shop. I was down for you know, change of scenery and how things are done. So basically in 2012, September of 2012, we just, as messed up as it is, both gave our 2 weeks notice within a couple days of each other to our bosses at the BMW dealer. They weren't happy about it, but hey, we left. We opened up MPI in 2012, officially opened 2013. We've been there since, you know. We've gone through techs, you know, finally the past couple of years we've found some great guys. I'm happy. I'm still the guy everybody goes to for help, which is fine, you know, I don't mind it. We've grown a great customer base with, you know, BMWs, Nissan GTRs. Past couple of years I've been heavy into Porsche and McLaren. So pretty much if you have a BMW, a Porsche, a McLaren, a Mercedes, a Rover, pretty much any European car, we can take care of you down at MPI here in Miami. Still doing the same quality of work we've done from day one. It's kind of the only way we function. You know, it's either gonna get done right, or I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it for you. I don't want you unhappy. I don't want something happening to your car that could have been avoided by using a little bit better quality part for a few more dollars. So that's my, you know, everyday thing is, you know, fix, modify, you know, vehicles. Personally, my hobby is automotive detailing. I'm not going to consider myself a professional at that. I wouldn't say I'm a novice either, but I'll probably put some of that here on the channel here and there. Lately, I've been testing just different products and trying to help people on a budget. You know, I bought a Harbor Freight, they're called Bauer dual action polisher, modified it a little bit with a few quality products. It works a heck of a lot better. I did one of our very good friends' F80 the other day. You can see pictures of that on my Instagram, which is MPI_Jack. And from there, it'll take you to the MPI page if you want to check that out. but I'll probably start doing some detailing oriented videos too at some point. The next video I'm going to upload is going to be about the E39. I'll go over what's done to it, what parts, why I chose these parts, how it's been running since 2011, because everybody says it should have blown up since then. So stay tuned. I'm going to upload this video now, and then I'll do a video for the E39. Take care, guys.